Hey guys, hi, Bryson here and welcome to my show, and today we are going to take a look at someone in the real estate industry that sold over $6 to $5 billion worth of real estate in their entire career. Now if you guys don't know what that means, it means that he gets around 2.5% from that $6 billion that he sold. So in reality, it means he made a ton of money, which we're going to find out in this video. But more importantly, we're also going to learn exactly what makes him such a good salesperson, and on top of that, what are his rules whenever it comes to sales. And by the way, I actually made this video because one, I want to learn exactly what he does, and I also want you guys to learn also, and that way everyone is learning, okay, for free on YouTube, because why not? And by the way, I post videos on this channel every single day, so make sure to also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also destroy the like button. Without further ado, let's find out exactly how this man sells so much real estate and what are his secrets.
Aaron Kerman is one of the top real estate brokers in Los Angeles.
He's sold more than $6 billion worth of real estate in his career.
What's his—
Oh my gosh, I was wrong. So it's actually $6 billion and it's in Los Angeles also. And by the way, I know in Los Angeles they actually have like luxury homes that cost a ton of money, but in reality, to even get to sell those homes, it takes connections. So this guy, $6 billion is definitely no joke.
the secret? My secret to selling $6 billion worth of luxury real estate is that I'm not afraid to be brutally honest with my super rich clients.
So we asked.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like he's like a no BS person, and his entire thing is like, hey, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And it's actually like kind of like the opposite of most people out there, because whenever you see like a salesperson, like they're always like, hey, so this is great. No, it's great. It's awesome. Go ahead. Buy it. Give me your money. But it sounds to him is like more about, hey, I don't care about your money or your wallet. What I care about is actually what's good for you. And that's the best thing, because that's what customers want. Like they want somebody that actually is there for their needs and not just like, hey, I want a commission. I want to make money. So I appreciate that a lot.
Asked Aaron to share 5 of the worst things he's ever had to tell his wealthy clients.
This is the stuff that they definitely did not want to hear about their multi-million-dollar homes.
Here's number 1.
Okay, so this video is all about the things he actually had to tell his clients. For example, like, hey, I shouldn't tell you this, but I have to tell you this because I also have to be brutally honest with you. So let's find out. By the way, his secret to actually selling a lot of real estate is basically, I know he says like, you know what, I'm honest, that's about it. But in reality, it's also honesty, okay? Great salesman skills. On top of that, a lot of connections and also networking. So, and also a lot of hard work. So there's like 5 things that come into play whenever it comes to you selling this much real estate.
House is not worth what you think it is. I have to tell sellers their house is worth thousands, if not millions, less than what they think. And people get very upset because this is their life we're talking about.
And here's the cool part. Aaron's had—
Yeah. I've heard about this a lot, guys. And the entire idea is that sometimes when you have, for example, a rich person, or for example, even a modestly rich person, or even a normal person, usually here's the thing, okay? Whenever somebody makes like a home or customizes a home like crazy, to them, it feels like, oh my gosh, my home is worth so much money. But to another person, like, hey, why the fudge would I want this home with all this random stuff all around the area? Because it just doesn't mean as much as it means to that other person. So the price of a product or the price of a home can actually be increased like crazy based on the person actually selling it. But in reality, when you're selling a home, it's not based on like, hey, I think it's actually worth this much because I customized the house. In reality, no. It's based on the surrounding area and also the zip code.
cameras following him around for about a year now.
So we have a moment here of Aaron telling a client her house isn't worth what she thinks it is.
Take a look at this clip from his new TV show on CNBC.
It's called Listing Impossible.
By the way, obviously, I think this whole video right here is like for an ad, but I still think it's interesting whenever it comes to like, I don't care if it's like a TV show or an ad. I care about, is there good information in this, okay? Plus, is it entertaining? And so far, it's good information and it's also pretty good entertainment.
What was the last published price?
13.9,
What did you pay for the lot?
3.8,
Okay, you paid 3.8 for the lot. And what did you pay to build the actual house?
9.
$9 million.
Oh my God. Oh, look at her face. Look at her face. That's what I'm telling you guys, okay? Whenever somebody, for example, buys a piece of land and then builds the entire property, they're like, oh my gosh, my property is worth so much money. Until you come to find out like, hey, your property is not worth that much money. But to spend $9 million building a property and to pay $3.8 million for the entire like lot, land, it's insane. It is insane. So she basically wants to make back like $1.1 million in her investment. She probably thinks like, hey, I'm gonna put it for like 13.9, but I only really want like 12.8, and that way I only make $1 million, okay? That's fair? No. Let's find out what happens.
I don't even know if you know how much you're hemorrhaging.
Well, with property taxes and maintenance and everything.
sitting
You're
on-
also sitting on cash, a cash investment.
That's getting you 0 return.
Right.
That's also a liability for your future.
I mean, what kind of numbers were you guys thinking about then?
I think it should be around 9 million and see what the market responds at.
Oh my God. So from all the way to 13 to $9 million, and let's see exactly how the market actually responds to it. That is insane. That is a big dip. And by the way, whenever somebody spends so much money on like building this home, in reality, it's true what he said. You know what? Like, you have like all this money sitting here, okay? It's not making you any money because you live on the property, and it's also costing you a ton of money on top of that with property taxes and everything else that goes into the property. So in reality, all it becomes is a massive liability. So in my opinion, Grant Cardone, and also probably like Dave Ramsey also, and a lot of people out there, the entire idea is that whenever you're buying a property, you want to make sure it doesn't become a liability for you. In this case, this is a massive liability.
I know it sounds scary.
There's no way.
You are yourself.
Number
Yo, so this guy is literally like legit like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, and here you are, you know, yourself. Like, that's crazy. I never expected that whatsoever, but the idea is, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense, you know. And whenever you're buying real estate, usually you want to leverage it, you know, like get into the property maybe like with 10-20% down, and that way you don't have as much money into it. And you also want to make sure you're actually buying a property that's actually less than it's actually worth, and that way you buy into it knowing that you actually are making money. And that is basically called buying a property at a discount.
2.
Your taste is terrible. I know what sells houses. You have to get rid of the old ugly furniture and put in the new beautiful stage furniture, or paint the room or house. But ultimately, sellers have to spend money to make money.
Oh, I see what he's saying. So basically, whenever like you're selling like these luxury houses, you want to make sure it actually looks good. So in this case, he's gonna be ripping on a client saying like, hey, your taste is terrible. And this is why whenever it comes to like building or customizing a home, you have to understand like, hey, not everyone has the same taste as you. And the more you want to customize a home, well, the more dangerous it becomes, because basically now you have this weird home basically just for you, that then you want to sell somebody else for a high premium just because you think it's special, and that's the problem.
When Aaron breaks that news to this couple in Orange County,
Things get tense.
So this is your office.
Yeah.
I, in general, like guitars. I think it's overboard for the space, and I'd love to tone it down, including getting rid of the gun safe. Some people like guns, some people don't.
Well, a lot of people don't like the Constitution.
Oh. All right, this is getting intense. This is getting really, really intense here. I am entertained. Are you entertained? I'm entertained. Okay, this is getting insane. You know, yeah. Whenever you're like selling something, you want to make sure it's like it's as vanilla as possible. That way, you know, anybody steps in, they can see like, hey, I can change this, I can change that. But you don't always want to make like, hey, here's a statement when you're trying to buy a home. Okay, you want it to be as least statementy as possible. You want to be very, very vanilla, very, very dry, just very, very chill about everything.
That got heavy real quick.
This is my man cave.
I know.
I've been here for 8 months. I gotta be here another how long without my man cave?
How much longer do you want to be here? Because the way it looks now, I think you're going to be here for a really long time.
Oh yeah, he's not pulling back any punches. And I love how he just like, you know what, like as soon as like he said that comment like, hey, a lot of people don't like this, he's like, oh, he pointed out the tension point, and that way it kind of like alleviated the entire thing, and it kind of got that client to actually reveal everything. By the way, if you guys notice here, he's using a lot of personality tactics and a lot of communication tactics. It's just not like, hey, I'm brutally honest. No, he has a lot of tactics and a lot of tricks up his sleeve, okay? I'm just saying.
I think this is hot.
You don't think the demographic that's gonna buy this house likes rock and roll?
They're fighting us on this guitar wall. I know. It's insane.
I really, really think this wall's hot.
Aaron, and considering there are how many guns in this room, I think we should let this one go.
Number 3.
Oh my god. So considering how many things are in this room, let's just let it go. Don't even bother here. I'm good. I'm done. So he was like very straightforward. You know, you either want to work with me or you don't want to work with me, but I'm not going to deal with this. So that sounds pretty cool. You know, it's always good when you have the freedom to pick your clients. That way, that's why you actually need financial freedom. But in this case, I respect it. You know, you want to be vanilla. It's not like nothing personal. When you buy your next house, do your own thing. But when you're trying to sell something, you don't have to sell your ideas or your belief. What you want to do is sell the home. So stop being so like touchy about the whole thing.
3.
Your house is so messy and cluttered. I can't even see straight right now. And when homes are filled with clutter, it is the best way to turn off potential buyers.
Oh, have you guys ever seen like one of those like hoarder homes? Like where there's like just boxes and boxes and boxes of things all over around. Like I'm not like a minimalist, you know, I'm not like a crazy minimalist. Like I only have like one thing on my table. My table always has a ton of things. I don't know why. But the point is I've seen homes where all you would see is boxes everywhere. And that's how you start collecting like one thing, then one thing more. And before you know it, you're like a hoarder. You gotta be very, very careful with that. No one wants to buy a home like that. Unless you're like Kevin, like me, Kevin, who's basically bought a hoarder home for like a huge discount, emptied it out, and basically made a huge profit with his wedge deals.
Here's Aaron getting brutally honest with another couple
Who's got a major clutter issue.
One of the reasons we love you guys is that you guys are quirky and fabulous. One of the reasons why we don't love you is you don't listen to us.
Oh my god. What is wrong with this guy? Oh my god. Yeah, he's very, very serious. He does not play around. But look at this guy. Like his face like overwhelms. And by the way, I thought it was gonna be like a hoarder house, but in reality, it's just a house with a lot of books and paintings in it. Let's find out.
I hated this library 3 years ago, and I hate it even more today. Do you remember we said a lot of clutter doesn't work well for selling homes?
Kinda.
Doesn't English heritage matter? This is typical of what you see in an English mansion.
Okay, you see what I'm talking about, guys? Again, getting personal. Like, hey, people love this. I love this. In reality, again, you want to be vanilla. You want to be vanilla. And by the way, the thing with these houses, guys, is that usually the market is a lot less bigger than what the normal real estate market is. Because again, you're going for luxury properties. And again, most of the people in America are not like super rich. So in reality, not a lot of people can actually afford this. And a lot of people that actually have money to spend don't want to spend money on something they don't like. Even though they can just remodel everything, they don't want to deal with any of this stuff, okay? So I get it, I get it, I get it. I might actually start watching this show because it's actually very entertaining.
Collecting crap in your bookshelf isn't a British thing.
Year-old English clutter. He said collecting crap is not an English thing, it's just a you thing. Oh my god, this is getting intense.
It's a hoarder thing.
We do respect English heritage, but the cobra and the mongoose need to go.
Number 4.
Oh, okay. So he said that part outside of that area, but I like the brutality when it comes to the honesty, because people need to hear the truth.
You are asking all this money for a house and you can't even clean it? I walk into homes sometimes and it's covered with dust. It hasn't been cleaned in weeks. And sometimes these are really expensive houses.
Oh yeah. If you think like, you know what, like, oh my gosh, like only people that have like low properties, like, you know, just keep it like dirty. I've seen people with like very modest homes, like keep it very, very clean. Like my house, my mom keeps it very, very clean. I've seen homes though, that are like, you know, like $1 million homes. And in reality, when you go in it, it looks like pure clutter. It doesn't really matter like the price of your home. It matters like the person. Some people are just not very that clean, okay? So let's be honest, okay?
Pool is looking sad actually.
Oh, don't hurt its feelings.
Well, it just looks super dirty.
You know, it's not.
Yo, this guy has something to say about everything. You know what? The pool is not dirty. My house is not cluttered. I like my mongoose and my snake, okay? Leave me alone.
We have one chance to make a first impression, and this is not good.
Number 5.
You built your house totally wrong, and now there's nothing we can do about it.
Sometimes you might try to customize a house like the way you want it, and you might end up taking a massive loss.
Because cosmetic issues we could always change, but sometimes structural issues we cannot. I had a client who built a pool outside in the shade with no sun.
She put her pool in a basement with half of it under a roof. You can't even call it a pool, nor is it a jacuzzi. I think we're calling it a paloozie.
Okay. I actually think this pool looks pretty cool, but I get the statement of, hey, you want to build this pool like outside because then that way you can actually have more people actually interested in it. Because right now the pool is basically like in the basement. I understand that. There's no sun, nothing to look at, and all you're really doing is like swimming back and forth. By the way, it's a very, very small, tiny pool, by the way.
It's so small. There's no sun. There is nothing good about that situation. What we need to do is figure out a way to minimize that damage.
Oh, it's the same lady with like the $13.9 million home that she actually built it wrong. So on top of like listening for so much money, she actually built the pool wrong. Oh my gosh, he has so much to say. I feel bad.
I'm so brutally honest. It may seem surprising that people hire me, but the reality is that's what's gonna get the house sold, make me commission, and get the money in the bank.
It's also gonna make for a great TV show.
It's a series full of drama.
All right, guys, that's about it. They're gonna start like promoting things here, but the idea is that I actually like this TV show. I never watched it, but I like this clip. I have to watch the full TV show. If you have, comment down below, let me know. But the idea is that I like someone that's brutally honest, and he also understands, you know what? I want a commission. You want to sell this home, so let's skip the BS and get to the point to why this home is selling or why it's actually not going to sell. I appreciate this a ton. But guys, comment down below and let me know, did you learn anything from this video? In reality, I learned a few things, okay? That communication skills are key. On top of that, he's also very honest. And on top of that, he knows exactly what his clients wants. And he knows exactly the shortcut to get them to that point also. And sometimes, some people you'll get, some people you won't. But in reality, being honest is always better than deceiving people, okay? Overall, guys, comment down below, let me know. And as always, if you enjoyed this video right here, well, like this video. And on top of that, also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also, follow me on Instagram, Bryson. And before I go, and on top of that, if you want to watch another video on how this millennial right here drinks around 12 cans of soda every single day while living in Los Angeles, watch this video right here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.